All right, good day. My name is Richard, and I'll be doing this onboarding video to help you guys that will be coming on board in the area of SEO content writing. So the reason why I'm setting up this video is to give you an introduction into how SEO writing works for us here at Fastire, and so that every other thing I'll be teaching from henceforth. This will be like a platform, a foundation. So it will be easy for you to grab the remaining parts of maybe my training for the period of time you would be with us, right? So in this video, I'm going to cover how to create SEO content, why SEO content are important to us and maybe any other businesses out there, and how SEO writing works. Then I'm also going to teach you how to dig in into the intent of searchers, right? So because the reason why you're an SEO writer is because you can dig into the intent of the people doing this search. So you need to know how to dig into the real intention of the people making searches so that you can write better content for them. Also, I'm going to cover how to evaluate keywords. So just similar to the last point, keywords are important. You can't do anything as an SEO writer if you don't know how to evaluate keywords. So you want to be sure that the keywords you're writing on are keywords that you can compete for, or the website you're writing for can compete for. So you don't just write and miss, right? Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about quality. So quality over quantity. So we're going to talk about how to make your content quality content. And then the last one, I'm just going to touch a bit on SEO content research. So this is not the video that's going to talk expressly about how to research for SEO content topics. This particular video is just going to teach you how to evaluate topics and the keywords you're giving, and then work with them to ensure that you create good SEO content at the end of the day. Okay, so the foundation, the basics. So firstly, why do we write SEO content? Why SEO content is important to us and many other businesses out there? So SEO, first of all, SEO writing is a way of creating content content in a way that they can be seen on the World Wide Web. They can easily be identified by search engines. So be it Google, be it Bing, or be it Yahoo, and the other search engines you have out there, right? So you want to understand what are the things that these different search engines they look at for when they are trying to locate content. For this, I'm also going to state categorically that most people, we see a lot of people using AI to write content for their websites or blog. The truth is that it won't take too long before your site will be identified and it will be blacklisted. So this is me saying from the beginning that if you use AI to write content, please, you need to tell us now so that we get you out of our program, right? So we don't need AI content. And I'm going to tell you one main reason why you can't use AI content for our site. Number one, which is the most important, using AI content defeats the whole intention of SEO content writing. So the history is that SEO search engines are built on the basics that they want to help answer people's questions, right? So we have some questions that have just factual answers, and some questions that have objective answers, if I should use that word. So let's say, for instance, what is the tallest mountain? What is the highest mountain in the world? That has just one answer. So whether you're in Canada, whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're in the US, your answer for that will always be the same. But when somebody asks, who is the best, where is the best bullet joint in Port Harcourt, for instance, now that question becomes objective. It's not it's open to different people's interpretation and reasons why this person or that person is the best bole joints in Port Harcourt. Do you understand? Now, why search engines were built is to create answers to these questions that people have all over the world, right? So people are asking questions. So search engines, they go through the World Wide Web. They want to see where are the pages, where are the websites that has answers related to this thing. And because these are not questions that have a definite answer, they need a human touch to all of these. They need somebody with human experience, somebody not so it goes against the whole reason why search engines thrive. If you go to AI to ask them to write those content, because AI necessarily might not have that touch or feel or experience that somebody who has maybe either had the experience, spoken with somebody who has the experience, that is research, or done some other form of research to create that content. I hope I explained that and why AI content hurt any website and our website and is not acceptable here. So why SEO contents are important to us. So for businesses, SEO content is important because it's one of the ways to keep in touch with your customers, your clients, as the case may be. You want to show your knowledge, the knowledge of the services that you render through the content you create, right? You also want to use your SEO content as marketing tools, and they are quite inexpensive when you compare it to maybe using an influencer or maybe paying for ads through any of the social media or search engines, as the case may be. So SEO content help you create inexpensive ways of marketing, right? So I think these two are very important. And now we're going to go into it. There are 2 or 3 types of content topics that you can face as a writer or as an SEO writer. You get so one of those contents is the well-structured content topic. So let's say your SEO manager or content manager, for instance, gives you a topic. So the topic is let's say 10 ways to invest in real estate, right? Right. So this is a complete topic. You get, and your SEO manager or content manager sends you this topic. Now this topic is complete. You can use this to start writing. But there's another way an SEO a manager, a content manager can send you a topic, just say, for instance, invest in real estate. So through their search, they found out that, okay, a lot of people, or this phrase, invest in real estate, is getting a lot of attention. So, but because they want you as a writer to dig deep and know, okay, what exactly are people looking for? Why are people interested in investing in real estate? What exactly is the thing out there? So it's now left to you to find out how you can niche down that particular topic so that it suits, or you find out what people really are interested in. So I put that, for instance, for me, if I was to be giving that, I'll put that on search engine. So I'm using Google for this. And on my system, I have what is called Moz installed. It's a plugin. It's a search engine optimization tool plugin that if you use Google Chrome, you can also install it on your system. So I'm going to turn it on. It's not been on, so I'm going to turn it on, and it helps me analyze most of these websites that come out on search engine report pages. So I'm able to know what is the domain authority or what is the page authority of these different sites. So just a quick one: domain authority is like the competitive authority of that website. It's a function of how long the website has been existing, the amount of contents on the site, and the traffic the sites generate, right? So the traffic the sites generate talks about the number of people that trust the site at the end of the day. So if a lot of people trust the site, this site you get, it means the site is an authoritative site code. So you get the point. So it increases the domain authority. So for this search phrase, invest in real estate. So I've turned on my mouse. You can now see, initially it wasn't on, so you didn't see anything, but now I've turned it on. You can see now it's giving me the report. So for this one, for instance, you can see the domain authority and the page authority of the different sites here. And here you have it. So for this one, for instance, domain authority of this site is 14, page authority is 19. The other one, 28, 29, 49, 53. You get 95, 67. So it gives you an idea of how competitive that keyword or key phrase that you're searching for is. You get, so now this is now you digging. So, but this content, if you write on it, it's quite competitive. So you want to like niche down your content. So invest in real estate. If you put your cursor on this, you see some other things people are asking about how to invest in real estate with no money, real estate investing for beginners, invest in real estate online, real estate. So, and you want to give, remember I said you want to give the site you're writing for a competitive advantage. You want to be sure that when you finish writing the content, it has the possibility of ranking. So for me, I'll take this key phrase and try to niche it down. So how about I say invest in real estate, and I say, okay, how to, because a lot of people are asking the how to question, how to invest in real estate. So there are other questions in Canada for foreigners, through stocks in Nigeria. I'm interested in how to invest in real estate in Canada. Let me see what it looks like. So here, here, okay, I'm still going through, and you can see, so here's a site here with domain authority of 16 and a page authority of 20. If my website, for instance, has a domain authority of 30, 40, it means I can compete for this word. This is a domain authority of 45, you can, and I also check how to get Canada citizenship by investment. You can see this topic in particular is not related to the search. Yes, by investment, but it's not how to invest in real estate in Canada. Want to invest in Canada when you live overseas, you get is similar to that keyword, how to win real estate investing in Canada. Yes, it's about investment, but don't necessarily how to invest in real estate in Canada. So from the analysis, it means the search engine just pulled up pages that has something similar, not necessarily pages that have answered the question. And this brings me to that part where I said in the beginning that most of what makes search engines thrive is the ability to answer people's questions. So if you're creating content that keep answering people's questions, the search engines will locate you, right? So if people come here, they'll begin to survey which of these pages really answer the question. And the more they, even if at the beginning your page doesn't come to the top, the more people survey and see, oh, this is the exact content that answers my question. They click on it, the algorithm is picking, is taking note of, okay, which of the pages are people clicking on, and then it helps, it begins to take note, and the next thing you see that maybe if you were if you were placing number 10 or number 9, you begin to walk up the ranks to either 1, 2, or 3, depending. So this is how to invest. How is foreign investment in Canada's real estate market? Yeah, you still have foreign investment, but not really how you can invest in Canada as a foreigner. So it means that this content, for instance, you can see I just brought this out of, like it's planned, but I've seen a content topic that I can work on. So for me, I'm going to open my notes, for instance, and save this. Hopefully I can work on this content later. So this is how you dig into the intent of searchers. There are so many other things you could come. Google can also give you suggestions of look at similar things based on maybe the search phrase you use. Look at similar things people are asking for. So you want to look at all these questions people are asking. Have other sites answered them, or the sites that have answered them, are they enough? Are they contents that if you write, you can compete for? That's how you dig into a key phrase. So aside, and as you're writing, as you're picking this content, you're also looking at what are the relevant headings. If somebody is to come for this content to your site, what are the things the person would want to learn or would want to know? So you want to now settle down, outline all those things that people want to know, and then treat them properly in your content. So that's how you dig into the intent of searchers. Now let's, and I combine that with how to evaluate a keyword, right? So we're now going to talk about how to give your content a competitive advantage. So now, when you have a content topic, remember I said, for instance, for my site or for our site, which is faster. So I'm going to reload it so you see our own domain authority. So our own domain authority here is 22. So, and with this 22, we can compete for keyword difficulty twice or 1.5 times our size here, and we would rank. I've done it, and it's proven. So remember, I talked about this content that is from my search, how to invest in real estate in Canada, right? Was it this or this? Which one was that? Okay, how to invest in real estate in Canada for foreigners. So here it is. Remember, I told you from my survey that we can write and compete for this. So now, how do you give your content a competitive advantage? Since I've noticed that, okay, if I write this content, I can compete for it. The next thing I want to do is I want to see what have the people that their pages are ranking top, what have they done? You get, then what have they not done? You get. So first you want to go through their content. It's just like when you do what's the word I'm looking for now? A review, a research review. So imagine this was a research topic. You want to see what have other researchers done. So where are the loopholes? So you want to see what they've done, what are the relevant areas they've covered. You also want to cover them. Then you also want to see, oh, where did they not cover? You also want to like cover it. So you encompassing. You do that, you outline the headlines, you also come and see what people ask that are similar to this topic, and you also want to see how you can maybe answer them in your frequently answered question. So at the end of the day, here's how this works. At the end of the day, when somebody comes to your site, goes through your content, see some other, yes, then spend more time on your site, one. And as they spend more time, the algorithm is also taking note of the time spent on the page that they referred. You get, and the more they spend time, all those frequently asked questions that they would have gone elsewhere to start asking again, you cover them in your this thing, in your own content. It gives you a good mark, and the search engines would keep recommending your page, and that's how your page stamps its authority, right? So that is how you evaluate a keyword and give it a competitive, that's how you give your content a competitive advantage, by going through what others have done, try to do better than what they've done, and then reviewing other frequently asked questions, making your content as rich as possible. So I usually use a trick, and I tell everybody that I've been opportune to coach on SEO content writing. How you would know that you have done your work completely as an SEO writer is, if, ask yourself, if your friend was having an issue in this particular topic you're writing on, or if your friend is having comes to you and asks you, oh, I'm looking for I want to learn how to invest in real estate in Canada as a foreigner. Do you get, will you be confident to give or send the link to this content you've just written to your friends? Say, take this link. I've covered everything you need to know, or this content covers everything you need to know about investing in real estate in Canada as a foreigner. If you can't, know that you've not done your work completely. Then you look for the areas. Ask yourself, the people asking for this, what would they likely want to know? So I want to imagine for a content topic like how to invest in real estate in Canada for foreigners, I want to imagine that the foreigner would want to know, okay, what is the real estate industry like in Canada? So of course, my content has to even have an analysis of the real estate industry. If there is need for graph of how maybe the growth, and you have to reference where you got the graph, you need to show a graph of how the growth of real estate has been. Has there been a time where downtown, a time where the real estate industry in Canada had a crash? You also want to cover it. So you want to check whether season, all these things. Yes, maybe they did not have it in mind initially, but then you know that if you add all these things, it's going to be relevant. Showing them a graph of how the ups and downs of the real estate industry in Canada is was to keep them ready. If there are data about how many foreigners invest in real estate, what are the top investing countries in real top the top investors, the top foreign investors in real estate, the top foreign investors in real estate, where are they from? You get so for instance, imagine as a Nigerian, I take up a content and I see that, oh, Nigeria is among the top investors in real estate in Nigeria. I'll feel confident because, of course, my countrymen would have had a reason why they've gone there to invest. So if I also go and see, oh, my country is not there, it begins to help me ask questions. Why are my country people not investing there? Would it be that it's not a good place for my country people to invest? Now you begin to spark interest in them, and that is why they trust your content. And I've talked a bit about, I think I've talked enough about how to give your content a competitive advantage. So you want to really be sure that you cross your T's and dot your I's when reviewing this to create your content. So these things come even before you start penning down your content, right? So the next thing we're going to talk about is quality over quantity. So if you notice how the flow of everything I've been explaining is going, each one meets the other one, right? I would even have started covering the other one before I get to the next one. So the reason is because everything is all together. Giving your content a competitive advantage is tied to how well you did your research. It's also tied to how well you know the mind of the people making the research. It's also tied to how well you know why these SEO contents are important to the searchers and also for the business that you are writing for. So back to quality over quantity. So there's a popular misconception about SEO content. So a lot of people usually feel um, is quality is tied to quantity. That's how long the content is. Well, the truth is, quality quantity does not always equate quality, right? But if quality has to come with quantity, then it's okay, right? If your content, for it to be a quality content, it has to have quantity, has to be long enough, then it's cool. But the fact that the content is long doesn't necessarily mean that it has quality. So now, when writing for quality, you want to get a quality content. I've covered some parts, I've covered some relevant information, relevant parts that you need to know you get to create a quality content. I talked about adding infographics when I was, so remember, because of, for the sake of this video, I came across just in front of you, I researched this content and I found out that it's a content that my site can rank for. So I've been using this content topic for instance. So remember that when I was reviewing this, I was like, if I put a graph, you get, I mustn't be the one that generates the graph. I could do a search on what is the graph of real estate uh, growth in Canada. I get it from somewhere. I'll reference the site I got it from. Imagine if I put a graph in this content, it's going to tell a lot, right? So the topic is how to invest in real estate. So I want to talk about the growth of real estate in Canada, for instance. I want to talk about the bad side. So the pros and cons has to be there. So it's not just all rosy. So I'm giving them a balanced knowledge, right? I also want to talk about where are the top areas to invest in real estate. Then I can now talk about how to invest in real estate. Will it be partnering with real estate companies or partnering with individuals? You get, I want to now cover those different ways that you can invest in real estate. Is it using investment apps or platforms you get? So you want to cover the different types or kinds, and then their pros and cons should also be there. So it's not just telling them, you can use real estate apps like AB. So even if you say you can use real estate apps, you want to give them examples of those real estate apps. So you won't just say using real estate. You want to list the companies. You want to make references to those companies. Then if there are reviews of those companies, you want to even add a link to the review so that if they want to learn more about those, so because you can't cover what you can't cover the reviews for those different companies, but you can add a link. And now this is how you do backlink. And backlinking is part of giving your content quality. So you want to add backlink to some of the content that they can read, maybe the reviews of the different apps or different companies you recommend. So you can write briefly, add those recommendations. So I've talked about evaluating the topic properly and adding the necessary information, putting backlinks. If you have to put graphs, you put graphs. There are some of our contents that it was even important that we add videos. You get, we had to add videos to the content, and the content rank properly. So let me see, PTDF scholarship. So you can see this is from our site, right? I remember when we wrote this content, we weren't top. There were companies or websites that were ahead of us. But when we looked at what do we need to do to rank for this, we had to do the needful. He needed us to even add video. Here you can see the video. We added a video of some of these things. You get, all just to give us that competitive, make our content quality. As you can see, the content is number one. The content is number one. Here are SC forum, here are sites that even have, okay, this domain 33, this domain of 94. Remember that thing I told you about? We can even compete with websites that have twice or website and track them. Here, script, they have PTDF statements. It's the same search. So it's not like it's a different thing, but we're outranking them. Why? Because we did something they did not do. This is Naira land with domain authority of 88, but we are outranking them because we understand the concept that quality beats everything at the end of the day. So you want to look at what have others done, what can you do? So that creates the thought of richness. Also, I usually do something when I write. I don't just jump into writing. I want to look. I take a lot of time to do the research. As a rule, I usually read the first all the contents in the first page of the research report. I usually go through them, see what we did. Maybe the first two, three, four, I'll read them in depth, while the others I can just skim through. You get, if I have to get headings ideas from them, then I take some headers, themes and all that. So at the end of the day, you are looking at how to make your content quality. I know a site that for their own, they do these do videos, you get, and use do videos to add spice to their content, add more graphics to their content, and it helps them rank for the contents they want to rank for. So that is how you make your content quality. what have others done, what have they not done. If you need to add graphics, remember add backlinks to other sites. So you're not an island, you did not get all the knowledge on your own. So you have to also make reference to sites. And that is how the search engines come to trust you and whatever you have written. If you just write your content without making references, it becomes difficult for the algorithms to trust you. So I've covered all you need to know in terms of creating content that are suitable for us at Fastire, and being suitable SEO content for us means that the contents have a competitive advantage on the World Wide Web, right? So just a bit on SEO research. I know I did cover a bit. So you could do a less expensive research for content topics through that medium I showed you earlier. Maybe you have a generic topic like invest in real estate. You see what people are asking for. You want to check all these questions. You get people also search. You want to check, have people written on it, because people are asking. That's why Google is telling you people are asking. People are asking, you understand? And if somebody is asking how to invest in real estate in Nigeria, somebody is asking the same question in Canada, in Germany, and the rest. So if somebody is saying how to invest in real estate, you get, let's say, how to invest in real estate has been covered. So how about how to invest in real estate in Germany? So how about how to invest in real estate in Germany as a student? How about how to invest in Australia as a student? How about, so you begin to think, people are asking how to invest in real estate. So who are the people? Find who those people are, find where their interest is how to invest in real estate. So if they've covered in Australia, so how about how to invest in real estate in Chicago? You get not just USA now. So, okay, not just Canada now, not just USA now, Chicago. If it's Canada, not just Canada. So can you niche your own down to Toronto? How to invest in Toronto? You get you. That is how this whole thing works. So when you're giving a content by your SEO manager or content manager, you need to understand the kind of topic you've been given. Some will come with all the outline that you need to write on, why some will require you to do a bit of research, you dig deep, you create your outlines, and then you can create a good content. So this is, like I said, just solely for how to write contents that are suitable for SEO. Maybe I will do another video that's going to talk about doing in-depth SEO research manually. There's also doing SEO research using paid tools. But if you know the manual method, using paid tools become easy. I have, for instance, I have loads of content topics that I research. Most of them I don't even really need to use all paid tools. You get the paid tools just make it easier, but the real thing that makes everything effective for me is because I know the manual method. So thank you for taking out the time to go through this video. If you do have questions, you can always ask. All right, thanks.